Welcome back, guys. Thanks for clicking on this video. In today's video, I'm going to let you guys know 5 things to consider if you're thinking about purchasing a Rolex Datejust timepiece. And even if you bought one already, guys, watch this video to determine whether or not you made a good purchase. But before we get into it, guys, I want to thank you guys for the support and the love you've been showing the channel. My previous video that I posted when it was about super clones, that video was posted accidentally. I had automated, set it to post at 1:30 p.m., but I accidentally posted it at 1:30 a.m. Strangely, that night, I woke up 20 minutes after, it posted, and I looked at my phone and I was like, am I dreaming? Like, I know I didn't set this thing to post today at all. I decided to look at it, open up the app and see what was going on. I accidentally posted it, and about 40 of you guys checked out the channel 20 minutes after posting at 1:30 a.m. That just shows another level of support you guys are showing this channel. I mean, I know it's 1:30 p.m. somewhere in the world, but for you guys to be up at 1:30 a.m. checking out the channel, checking out what I post, I love it. I appreciate it. That's going to make me be consistent and continue putting out these videos. Like, you guys don't know, some days I have bad days, bad weeks, but regardless of the day, regardless of how I feel, I make these videos, I put them out for you guys so you guys can enjoy. And it's almost becoming like therapy for me to be talking to a camera and talking about watches. I want to get into other things too, though. I don't want to just be talking about watches and you guys just come here just for watch content. I'm going to broaden my channel and you guys are going to enjoy it. So stay tuned. And one more thing I got to let you guys know is that eventually, as the channel grows, I have merch ideas. I already have designs done and ready. And once I get to a certain milestone, I will start, letting you guys see the merch so you guys could buy it. I don't want to do anything prematurely. And yeah, I'm going to do it at the right time when I get to a certain amount of subscribers and when I'm consistently getting a certain amount of views. Right now, I'm averaging maybe 2,500 views per video, which is cool. It's great. YouTube got me stuck in a certain range, but I'm going to break out of it soon, where eventually each video is going to get 50,000 to 100,000 views. And it's up to you guys too. This is a community that's growing. It's growing slowly, but it's growing steady. So let's do it, guys. Before we get into the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share the video at some point, and let's get into it. Okay, now for the first thing you guys got to consider is whether or not you want to go vintage or modern. When it comes to Datejust timepieces, that's one of Rolex's models that there's so many varieties and variations you can get the timepiece in. You get the 4-digit reference, 5-digit reference, 6-digit reference, and they come in just different metal types, dial types, bezel types. It's just so much to choose from. That's why I love and enjoy the Datejust model. So you guys got to choose whether or not you want to go vintage or modern. Now, I'm biased. You guys already know I love vintage no matter what. It doesn't even matter. Rolex, Datejust, Omega, Patek, Vacheron, Seiko, Grants. I love the vintage over the modern. I appreciate the modern. I'll wear modern, but vintage over modern. So you guys got to figure out which reference you guys want to go after. Depending on the reference and the year that you guys choose, there's going to be different variations. So if you guys want a pipe pan dial, you got to go with the 1601. That's the 4-digit reference. For some reason, guys, I love the pipe pan dial. Similar reason to why I have the Omega Constellation. This has a pipe pan type shape dial, which adds depth when you look at the timepiece. So that's the only reference I believe had the pipe pan dial when it comes to the Datejust. So if you want that type of variation, you got to go with the 4-digit reference. Next, if you want solid end links and solid center links, you got to go with the 6-digit reference. If it's up to you, I mean, it's more solid, it's a stable watch. But for me, I don't mind the jangly bracelet and the soft feel of a vintage timepiece. Next point, number 2, would be size. You got to think about what size you want. Now, we're only going to talk about the 36 and the 41. Anything smaller like the 33, that's for like women. We're not going to talk about that. But for the 36 and the 41, That's going to be a differentiation based on vintage and modern as well. Because on the vintage side, there isn't any 41 millimeter size. So if you have a big wrist and you want a 41, even if you have a big wrist, a 36 looks great. Come on, guys. But if you have a large wrist and you want a 41 millimeter, you have to go modern. So 6-digit reference. 5 and below digit reference, you have to go 36 or lower. Now, for me, as you guys know, I love the 36. It's a classy size. I feel like it's the daddy of all sizes, where everyone could wear it. A guy, male, female, and it looks great. I don't care if you have a 5-inch wrist all the way up to 7, 8-inch wrist. 36 millimeters looks great. Number 3 point to consider when purchasing a Rolex Datejust timepiece is the dial. Like I mentioned, guys, so many different variations. If you want the pie pan, of course, you have to go 4-digit reference, like a 1601, but anything above that would be like a flat dial. But there's so many different variations. From the hour markers, you could get the Roman numerals, you could get the stick, you could get the diamonds. The list goes on. You could get the Buckley dial, and just the color range is just, you name it, is there. Blue, white, black, different shades of blue, green. If you go modern, you got the palm dial. Recently, they came out with just different designs and patterns. You could get the tapestry dial, champagne dial. List goes on. Matte dial, gloss dial. It's just so much to choose from when it comes to the Datejust model. Unlike comparing it to like a Submariner, of course, you only get to choose maybe like a black dial and the bluesy, the blue dial, the 16613. So when it comes to the Datejust timepieces, guys, you can see why I love it. You can see why I'm talking about it. There's so many different variations. And let's just say you bought one, right? You bought a steel, like a 16014. You could make that timepiece look different every day. Just go buy authentic, original dials and just swap them out. If you can't do them yourself, take it to your watchmaker. He'll do it for you. Swap out the dial and you'll have a whole completely different look to where you'll just feel like you have multiple watches. Guys, there's ways to do collecting timepieces on a budget. You don't have to go crazy. I guess an original authentic dial could range from $100 to $200 depending on the dial, maybe more if it's something rare and hard to find. But dials, when it comes to the Datejust timepieces, guys, there's a lot to consider, and there's something for everyone out there, pretty much, as you guys can see. If you choose, based on color, based on hour markers, and the list goes on. Number 4 is bezels. When it comes to the bezels with the vintage Datejust timepieces, I believe there's more variations. You could get the engine turn, you get the fluted, the smooth bezel, and I believe there's one other bezel. There's the on a turnograph, I believe. But there's multiple different bezels when it comes to the vintage watches. But for the modern, I believe it's only the fluted and the smooth bezel. In all honesty, out of all the bezels, I appreciate the fluted. The fluted is classy, it's dressy, but at the same time, you could have it as a casual piece. It just stands out. When the light hits the timepiece on the bezel, it just shines in a way that is unlike any timepiece. So when it comes to choosing your bezel, guys, go for what you like. Go for whichever one catches your eyes and the one that you love. But for me, if I had to choose, I would always go with the fluted bezel. For some reason, it just catches my attention. And I believe, especially on the reselling market, if you want to sell it at some point, more people love and appreciate the fluted bezel. Now, the 5th and last point is bracelets. Now, when it comes to the Rolex Datejust timepieces, they could come with many different types of bracelets. It could come with the Jubilee bracelet, Oyster bracelet, and in some cases, a President bracelet, because there are some 18 karat gold Datejust timepieces on the vintage side. I don't know if in the modern, but that comes with a President bracelet as an option, or you could just swap it in. It looks amazing. But out of all the bracelets, guys, I appreciate the Jubilee bracelet more than anything. The Jubilee bracelet is like a combination of Jubilee / presidential bracelet It's classy yet sporty. And if you go with a steel piece, hey guys, that could be a one-piece collection that you can enjoy anytime, anywhere, and just go. It goes with everything. The Jubilee bracelet is the favorite of mine out of all of them, even on sport pieces. For some reason, I love a Jubilee bracelet on a GMT. Comment down below if you guys, especially vintage, comment down below if you guys appreciate a Jubilee bracelet over the Oyster bracelet on sports pieces, like a Rolex GMT and even the Submariner. Some people don't like the idea of having a Jubilee bracelet on a Submariner because it's such a sporty piece, and they believe that the Oyster bracelet should be the only bracelet on the timepiece. But hey, to each his own. We all have our own taste. And another thing, guys, if you don't want to have a metal bracelet on your Rolex Datejust, you could put a leather strap. You could put black, brown, gray, blue, red. It doesn't matter. Guys, the Rolex Datejust is a very versatile piece that you could have as your one watch, your only watch, and you could just mix it up. And if you, honestly, you could just go to work every day with your timepiece looking differently, and people are going to think, damn, how many Rolex timepieces does this person have? So that's one of the reasons why, guys, you should love the Rolex Datejust timepieces. And those are 5 things you should consider when purchasing a timepiece, especially the Rolex Datejust. Now, for you guys who've already bought a Rolex Datejust timepiece, this video could help you guys see whether or not you made a good purchase. And in all honesty, if you purchased a Datejust, yes, you made a good choice. But it's whether or not you chose the correct bezel, the correct dial, because some dials cost more. So if you have a tapestry dial or a certain color, blue dial in your timepiece, or the Wimbledon, oh shit, I always have a problem saying this name. Hold on, Wimbledon dial. If you have that dial in your timepiece, that goes for more. So things to consider, whether you have a Jubilee bracelet or Oyster bracelet. I believe the Jubilee bracelet tends to, go for more, and more people choose that over the Oyster on the Datejust. So things to consider to see whether or not you made a good purchase in buying the Datejust timepiece that you bought. Guys, thanks for watching. Comment down below anything that you think I missed, any points. Share whatever opinion that you have. Give the video a thumbs up or thumbs down. Share it. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And before I actually go, where am I? This is Fairchild Garden. I don't know exactly if this is the garden or the garden is going to be out to where I parked. It's like another side. It's pretty large. But this is a great place to come relax if you want to read, take pictures. I'm going to actually go back to where I came from to show you guys why it's a place that a lot of people come here to take wedding pictures, baby shower pictures, quinceañera, anything like that. They even have this section down here where you can reserve to have for different events. It's in the Coral Gables part of Miami. So if you live in Miami, I'm sure you know it. But if you don't, you live somewhere, up north or wherever in another state, this is a place where you guys could come. It's beautiful. So here we have it. The entrance to where the parking lot is through the trees all the way over there. But you guys could appreciate the beauty of this garden or nature. The actual garden is on the other side of the parking lot, but this is another section where you could come and relax. You could have a picnic. There's a lot of tables here, and you'll always see people just taking pictures for different events and things like that. Today is not the best day. It was raining all week. It was raining this morning, so it's just damp and wet, not too sunny, but I still wanted to come out here and make this video for you guys. It's hot and humid, as you guys could have probably seen. I was sweating my ass off, but I had to make this video today so I can get it out to you guys. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, again, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. You see, when you live in Miami, this is what you get. Crabs just running all over the place freely at the park. You're lucky I can't cook you right now. I will eat every one of you. Look at this big one over here. Huge. Oh, man. Crazy. Even across the street right here.